The coronavirus death toll has risen once again after a lull that we saw some time back. China reporting 105 fresh deaths, taking the toll to 1,770, while there were over 2,000 new cases, bringing the total count to over 70,000 crore rupees in mainland China. In fact, a WHO expert team will also be visiting Beijing and the other provinces from today onwards. Outside China, more than 700 cases have been confirmed in nearly 30 locations. Most people who travelled from the Chinese cities, with 5 deaths in Japan, Hong Kong, Philippines, France and Taiwan. More than 400 people have now been infected in Japan, with the majority of the passengers being on the cruise ship that was docked off the country. 99 on board the quarantined Diamond Princess cruise ship have been tested positive for the coronavirus, bringing the total to 454. 2 more Indians on board have been tested positive, taking the total number of Indian nationals infected with the virus on the vessel to 6. Meanwhile, 2 planes carrying hundreds of US citizens from the coronavirus-hit cruise ship in Japan arrived in the US today. Back home, another patient in Kerala who was earlier tested positive has been discharged from the hospital. Meanwhile, Moody's has slashed India's 2020 global growth outlook to 5.4%, as against 6.7% earlier. It has projected India to grow at just about 5.8% in 2021. Let's take it across to Mubina Kapasi to find out really how slowdown in China is being caused by the coronavirus and how it is impacting the Indian businesses.
API and antibiotics have a high degree of reliance on imports, and China's share in that is high. But we would assess the risk to be moderate, because in the past, pharmaceutical industry has been able to show that they can diversify away from Chinese imports, and we anyway do have 1 to 2 months of inventory lying with us. So luckily for the pharma space, it may not be that bad. For electronics as well as capital goods, once again, import reliance is high. China contributes as well over there too. But again, hopefully the inventory is a bit high for at least the next 1 month. But the question may arise as to what about supplies from there on, because large parts of components come from China. Fertilizers, though, would be at risk, because in certain cases, China's supply, meantime, is almost 30% of the world's phosphatic fertilizer production. For auto components as well, remember, Hyundai was actually forced to shut down its South Korea plant because it was not able to get certain components. Moving on to exports then, and well, India does depend on China to buy some of its products. In fact, out of the total exports for the particular product, 17% goes to China for organic chemicals, 21% of India's yarn goes to China in terms of total exports, of course, and again, 68%, this is a big number, of India's metal exports goes to China. So this one could see a bit of an impact.
Today, China has published a paper with detailed data on more than 44,000 confirmed cases of COVID-19. This data give us a better the severity of the disease and the mortality rate. As such, they're very important in enabling WHO to provide good evidence-based advice to countries. We encourage all countries to share their data publicly.